As 2022 enters its final quarter, the major networks and streaming platforms get ready for their fall-winter TV season. While the streaming era has made it so that every month of the year sees at least one big TV show released, the final months of the year are still when most shows premiere their new seasons or pilots. With so much content available across all networks and streaming services, it can be difficult for viewers to keep track of the biggest TV show releases of the year. After a strong summer season of TV releases, it will be interesting to see how the fall and winter premieres compare. In the past few months, audiences got to see hits like Bridgerton Season 2, Stranger Things Season 4, The Boys Season 3, and Only Murders in the Building Season 2. Summer 2022 has also seen the long-awaited Better Call Saul ending, plus a divisive Westworld Season 4. For the fall-winter season, viewers will get to see some of their favorite shows returning across all networks, plus several new productions that will compete for the audience's interest. The final months of 2022 will also see important big streaming releases, including Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power and the Star Wars series Andor. Here's a breakdown of the biggest TV show releases coming in fall-winter 2022. Biggest TV shows premiering in fall-winter 2022: The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, September 1, with a reported $462 million price tag for the first season alone. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power is already a landmark for Amazon Prime Video and for the streaming era as a whole. Based on the works of J.R.R. Tolkien, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power takes place in Middle-earth's Second Age, thousands of years before the events of The Lord of the Rings. While viewers may recognize a couple of characters like Galadriel and Elrond from The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power will be an entirely new journey through Middle-earth, with a story that could span from hundreds to thousands of years. The Rings of Power Season 1 will have 8 episodes, with the first 2 released on Amazon Prime Video on September 1st. Monarch, September 11, Fox's biggest new release for the fall season. Monarch is being described as an epic drama centered around the very first family of country musicians and their multi-generational history. Monarch will follow Dottie Cantrell Roman and Albie Roman, 2 pillars of the country music scenario, as their legacy, which was seemingly built on a lie, is put at risk. Dottie Cantrell Roman will be played by Susan Sarandon, and Albie Roman will be played by Trace Adkins. The show will also see Anna Friel as Nikki Roman, heir to the Roman family. Monarch Season 1 will have 11 episodes. Vampire Academy, September 15. After adapting the Vampire Diaries book series into the Vampire Diaries, The Originals, and Legacies, Julie Plec will now bring Richelle Mead's Vampire Academy novels to the screen with a brand new series for Peacock. Taking place at the St. Vladimir's Academy for Vampires, Vampire Academy will be centered on Rose Hathaway, who narrates the first book, and her best friend Lissa Dragomir. Rose will be played by Cece Stringer and Lissa will be played by Daniela Neves. Vampire Academy Season 1 will have 10 episodes, with the first one dropping on September 15 on Peacock. Quantum Leap, September 19. The Quantum Leap revival will not only serve as the 6th season Quantum Leap never had, but it will finally fix what is perhaps TV's worst cliffhanger. In the original Quantum Leap ending, a title screen at the end reveals that Dr. Beckett never made home, leaving viewers with no resolution to the story they had been following for 5 seasons. The Quantum Leap revival will be centered on a brand new character, Ben Song, played by Raymond Lee. Ben Song will be given the task of restating the time travel project. Hopefully, he will be able to answer what happened to Drive Beckett at the end of Quantum Leap. Andor, September 21. Andor will take place 5 years before the events of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and it will see Diego Luna reprising his role as Rebel Cassian Andor. Set in the dark days of Star Wars Empire, Andor will have the opportunity to show more about the inner works of the Empire, as well as the birth of the Rebel Alliance. Andor Season 1 will have 12 episodes, more than The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, with a Season 2 already mapped out. Another difference is that Andor will not use the volume technology, which had become the norm for the Star Wars live-action shows after The Mandalorian. The Rookie, Feds, September 27. After a strong initial 4-season run, The Rookie is getting its first spin-off at ABC with The Rookie, Feds. Developed by the same creative team behind The Rookie, Feds will follow Simone Clark, an FBI Academy rookie played by Niecy Nash-Betts. Simone Clark was originally introduced in The Rookie Season 4 in a 2-part episode that serves as a sort of backdoor pilot for the spin-off. The Rookie, Feds is expected to deal with how Simone Clark is an older rookie than usual, with the character being described as the living proof of a delayed dream. Interview with the Vampire, October 2. AMC will premiere Interview with the Vampire, a 7-episode show based on the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles novels. Unlike Neil Jordan's Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, the AMC Interview with the Vampire show will be able to take from the entire series of Vampire Chronicles novels, most of which were released after the 1994 movie. AMC's Interview with the Vampire will see Sam Reed as Lestat de Lioncourt and Jacob Anderson as Louis de Pointe du Lac. While the Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt movie is a classic on its own, a new take on the Vampire Chronicles novels, especially one that adapts the many other novels, will be interesting, especially after the disastrous 2002 movie Queen of the Damned. The Winchesters, October 11. As the title suggests, the Winchesters will be centered around John and Mary Winchester, Sam and Dean's parents. Given how the Winchesters will take place decades before the events of Supernatural, Samantha Smith and Jeffrey Dean Morgan will not reprise their roles as Mary and John. Instead, Mary Campbell will be played by Meg Donnelly, and John Winchester will be played by Drake Roger. The Winchesters will be narrated by Dean Winchester, still played by Jensen Ackles. Professionals, October 11. Not an original CW show but acquired for the fall season, Professionals will see Tom Welling as Vincent Corbo, a security operative who will do whatever it takes to protect his clients, some of the world's richest and most powerful people. Professionals also star Brendan Fraser as Peter Swan, a billionaire who hires Vincent Corbo upon suspecting that his failed satellite launch was sabotaged before exploding. Tulsa King, November 13. The Sopranos' Terrence Winter and Yellowstone's Taylor Sheridan are teaming up for Tulsa King, a new drama for Paramount Plus centered around a seasoned crime boss who has to re-establish his empire in Tulsa after spending years in prison. As the idea of a Taylor Sheridan and Terrence Winter show was not exciting enough, Tulsa King will see Sylvester Stallone in the leading role. Tulsa King marks another collaboration between Taylor Sheridan and Paramount Plus, with 1883 and Mayor of Kingstown being the other two. Tulsa King Season 1 will have 10 episodes, with the first 2 dropping on November 13 at Paramount Plus. Pitch Perfect 2's Flula Borg is returning for the spin-off as Peter Kramer, who is now a producer eager to work with Bumper. In terms of new additions, Pitch Perfect, Bumper in Berlin will see Sarah Hyland, who worked with Adam Devine in Modern Family, as well as Jamila Jamil and Lara Above. Willow, November 30. Willow may not be Lucasfilm's biggest franchise, but 34 years after the classic adventure film, a return to the world created by Ron Howard and George Lucas could not be more exciting. Willow will have 8 episodes, with the first one dropping on November 30th on Disney+. Biggest returning shows in fall-winter 2022: Rick and Morty, September 4, a year after the shocking Rick and Morty Season 5 finale, the hit Adult Swim show will return for a 6th season. A September release is unusual for Rick and Morty, and the show will have to compete with other adult animated series like South Park and Simpsons. Rick and Morty's co-creator Justin Roiland, who also voices Rick and Morty, has promised that Rick and Morty Season 6 will return to the show's original form. Around 8 months after Cobra Kai Season 4, Cobra Kai Season 5 will drop all 10 episodes on Netflix on September 9th. Cobra Kai Season 4 saw both Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang being defeated at the All Valley Karate Tournament, leaving no obstacles ahead of Terry Silver's Cobra Kai. With Kreese in jail and Terry Silver's expanded Cobra Kai taking over the valley, it will take the combining efforts of Daniel, Chozen, and Johnny to stop the Karate Kid 3 villain. Abbott Elementary Season 2 is expected to deal with Janine's life as a single woman plus with the consequences of Barbara's decision of postponing her retirement. Other Abbott Elementary characters like Jacob and Melissa are also returning for Abbott Elementary Season 2, meaning that everything that made Abbott Elementary Season 1 so good will be back this fall. 911, September 19, after a strong initial 5-season run, 911 returns this fall at Fox. 911 Season 6 will see the main 911 cast returning, including Angela Bassett, Oliver Stark, Peter Krause, Kenneth Choi, Aisha Hines, Ryan Guzman, and Jennifer Love Hewitt. While details on 911 Season 6 have been kept under wraps, producer Kristen Riedel has teased that Chimney and Maddie will find their way back to each other as suggested in the 911 Season 5 finale. Riedel also suggested that 911 Season 6 will have different character pairings, a way to change the dynamic of the show without necessarily adding new characters. NCIS, September 19, after the shocking return of the Raven at the end of NCIS Season 19, NCIS returns at CBS for Season 20, a landmark in the history of the NCIS franchise. With Parker now in danger as teased in the NCIS Season 19 finale, it seems like it will not take long before things start to ramp up for NCIS Season 20. Most of the current NCIS cast is expected to return for NCIS Season 20, including Sean Murray, Wilmer Valderrama, Gary Cole, and Katrina Law. NCIS Season 20 is also expected to further develop Jimmy and Jessica's new romance. Chicago Fire, September 21, Chicago Fire Season 10 concluded the first decade of the show that started the Chicago franchise, and now Chicago Fire Season 11 can start a new era for the show. That said, Chicago Fire Season 10 ended on a cliffhanger. A mysterious car has parked in front of Severide and Kid's new home, meaning that Chicago Fire Season 11 will still deal with the events of the previous season. While the main Chicago Fire cast is returning for Chicago Fire Season 11, the fact that Severide and Kid are now married suggests that Chicago Fire Season 11 will have a different character dynamic from previous years. Chicago PD, September 21, following the shocking Chicago PD Season 9 finale, Chicago PD Season 10 will see Voight dealing with the aftermath of the Los Terminos case. Voight most likely blames himself for Anna's death, as he enlisted her as his civilian informant during the investigation. One popular Chicago PD Season 10 theory is that Voight will adopt Rafa, Anna's son, now that Anna has died. The Chore Chicago PD cast is returning for Chicago PD Season 10, a season that will mark Chicago PD's 10-year run. Chicago Med, September 21. The third show in the Chicago franchise, Chicago Med is also returning for a brand new season on September 21st. Similar to Chicago PD Season 9 and Chicago Fire Season 10, Chicago Med Season 7 ended on a cliffhanger. Will, Hannah, Joe, and Dylan were caught in a fire at Will's apartment, and it is now up to Chicago Med Season 8 to reveal how the characters will get out of that situation. Viewers can expect the chore of the Chicago Med cast to return for Chicago Med Season 8, including the newest cast addition Steven Weaver. Law & Order, SVU, September 22. The longest-running live-action scripted TV show in America's primetime, Law & Order, SVU returns this fall for Season 23. Given how showrunner Warren Lead has exited Law & Order, SVU ahead of Law & Order, SVU Season 24, it is more difficult to predict how the show's next year will play out. Still, should Law & Order, SVU Season 24 continue the storyline set up in Law & Order, SVU Season 23, then Olivia's personal life will be in the spotlight following Rafael Barba's return. After Jamie Gray Hyder and Demar Barnes left the Law & Order, SVU cast in Season 23, the remaining main Law & Order, SVU cast is expected to return for Law & Order, SVU Season 24. The Rookie, September 25, already popular enough to generate a spin-off, The Rookie is returning this fall with a brand new season. With the relationship between John and Bailey receiving a lot of focus at the end of The Rookie Season 4, The Rookie Season 5 is expected to reveal if the two characters can actually become the couple viewers have wished for quite some time. While The Rookie Season 5's cast will remain mostly the same from The Rookie Season 4, True Valentino's Aaron Thorson has now been upgraded to series regular. Young Sheldon, September 29, one of the most successful spin-offs current airing, Young Sheldon will premiere its 6th season this fall. Young Sheldon Season 6 had been confirmed a while ago when it was announced that CBS had extended the show up until Season 7, meaning that there are at least 2 more Young Sheldon seasons to happen before the end of the show. That said, it would be no surprise if Young Sheldon gets renewed past Season 7. Currently, Young Sheldon Season 6 is expected to deal with the Coopers' troubled marriage and the fact that Mandy and George are expecting a baby. The Walking Dead Season 11 Part 3, October 2. After 2 breaks, The Walking Dead Season 11 will return for its 3rd and final batch of episodes. The Walking Dead Season 11 is the show's last, meaning that the remaining 8 The Walking Dead episodes will have the difficult mission of wrapping up the iconic show. That said, The Walking Dead Season 11 will not be audiences' farewell to that universe, as several The Walking Dead spin-offs will soon join Fear the Walking Dead and the recently premiered Tales of the Walking Dead. Those include Island of the Dead, a Daryl spin-off, and a Rick and Michonne limited series. Young Rock, November 4. Now that Young Rock Season 2 caught up with The Rock's WrestleMania debut, Young Rock Season 3 has the potential to be the show's most unique season yet. Young Rock Season 3 is expected to cover the period in which the Rock character actually came to be, including the origins of the People's Champion tagline that follows Dwayne Johnson's career to this day. With Young Rock now covering The Rock's adulthood, Yuli Lachikefu is expected to return as the lead actor for Young Rock Season 3 in this fall-winter TV season.